Voices from Indian Country, Part 2. And just to keep people caught up, if people from podcast or people from TikTok, if you miss either one of these, you go to TikTok. And if you missed it on podcast, you go somewhere else. Hey. So, yeah, that's what happened. I had to save our live, man. This was gifted to me. This live was gifted to me. What up, Tim? Thanks for helping me out on that, because that muckadad, boy, he was trying to steal some of my content again, man. I went to law school for this stuff. This dude wants to use my stuff, and I'm still poor, and that dude's making bank. You know what I mean? Users, man. That's why I don't like users on this content. That if you did, it could be that guy. You know what I mean? Ask Christina. She knows. Hey, I'm just kidding. You don't know. Okay, so we left off service to the people. And I will get back. Oh, we was talking about the military. Alrighty, after coming home from the war in 1951, I entered Northeastern State College in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. I went there on a lark, fully aware that I was going to flunk out because I didn't have any academic support. My friends and I had a ball that first semester. I had hardly opened a book. I just used my common knowledge. You would be surprised how much you got going for you when you're on the spot. A person doesn't really know what they have until they are tested. So, in the first semesters, I averaged out a C. When I entered in the second semester, I thought, okay, what would happen if I tried? I settled down more and I made the president's honor roll. Sort of unbelievable. The professor saw something they liked. I was really well liked, although I realized that I could compromise that if I wasn't careful. It wasn't a problem with the institution. It was just hard for me to let go of the damage that was done back in my childhood days when we were discriminated against because we didn't have modern facilities. That hung on to me quite a bit. I kept to myself, avoiding these people that liked me, the faculty, the student body. Maybe it's good that I kind of held back. I might have gone to an egocentric place and really messed up. So from then on until I got my degree, I acted just like anybody else. Am I Hawaiian? Aloha. No. Shawnee. Come on, people. There was a story, though, when my mom went to Shilako. Mom dated a Hawaiian guy. Could have been Hawaiian. Hey. But thinking back on making the honor roll, how that staff liked me, how the student body liked me, I realized that the Creator was there, even though I couldn't see Him. I graduated in 1957 with a degree in education. I got a job in Brigham City, Utah, in the middle of Mormon country for about 25 years. I served my civil service in Utah and Arizona as a school counselor for the Bureau of Indian Affairs. In the early 1960s, I was called back to the Cherokee Nation to help rehabilitate the tribe. Due to Oklahoma statehood in 1907, there was no tribal organization until the 1960s. Statehood had taken the tribal government out, and our tribal representatives were appointed by the United States President. W. Keeler was one of the presidentially appointed chiefs that signed off on things. Keeler was also chairman of Phillips Petroleum. See how the corporations and the fraud have even been back when, before I was born, in the day of Crosland. Can you believe this stuff? Right here in Oklahoma Treaty. Fraud right here that he's reporting. And he had his own little tribal executive committee that he selected to coordinate the tribal rehabilitation. The people, in general, didn't know anything about what was going on. For that reason, he recruited me from Arizona, where I was working at the time, to come back and help start the Cherokee Nation. Keeler and the BIA area director in Tahlequah came out to interview me. They wanted a bilingual person because at that time, the general population of Cherokees didn't know anything about what the tribe was doing. The tribe had 1.14 million lawsuit against the federal government for the land that was taken from them within the Cherokee Nation, as well as the land that was taken from them in the Oklahoma Territory. Oh, it's you. Hey, it's you. Susie A. I'm glad you found me. Dang, I'm reading a book, but here you go. Yes, Indigenous Peoples Law applies to you too, because we're cousins out there in Hawaii. We're relative. We're relations. You're indigenous. You have land. I've been trying to get out there. My bud is in Maui, Nathan Orr. He's over there in that burn area in Maui. He stays in a resort, but he's putting up with those temporary, they're FEMA houses on stilts. They're modular. They just put them out and set them up. But he says he has some friends over there in Hawaii on the board that are seeking counsel. I can help with that. Well, all laws apply. Land, water, air, culture. It's a tort that's being done to all of y'all. They're flooding that area just like they did Oklahoma, Ohio, our corporations. Now to you, they're trying to flood it in with their likeness. The greedy people trying to flood it in to take your land because they're saying that you're extinct. They're using the doctrine of discovery upon your people over there in Hawaii. Because what they did, you see all the big fires and all the magnifying glass stuff that they did? All that stuff. Alright, so you erased all the people. Terra nullius means that the people are extinct and the land is vacant or void. That's why Creator brought me to the land so it's not vacant or void. Probably because he chose me because there's no one else of my family or the people that still of ceremony and stay clean, you know. This is all true. Everything. Look up the doctrines of discovery. Or, hey, fly me out there in Koba on a private aircraft because we ain't going through all that baloney stuff. Hey. Oh, it's not that kind of live yet. I'm reading a book. In the mornings, though. Hey, Tim. I wish we'll have to do another one on that for Hawaii, Susie A. Just because this is for the podcast and I'm reading and I would like to do that. I got somebody texting me now. You send a message on TikTok, Tim. Alright, Tim. So all the podcast people, I'm talking to TikTok Live. So if you're on TikTok Live and you missed any part of the cool stuff that we read about on Crosland Smith, who had passed, he's a Katua. And I'm just reading to help those who are lost out there who may be Katua. And your faith in your people. When I was recruited to come back home to do reconstruction and build Cherokee Nation to get the general public of the Cherokee people involved, it became my job to hold community meetings in the 14-county area of the Cherokee Nation. That movement established the first elected group in the Cherokee Nation by communities that were known as community representatives. Each community elected 2 people who would go to Cherokee Nation meetings to get information and come back and share it with the people. That program was really successful. Well, that's a Indian thing. It's an Indian thing. Because Seminole, where I took my Aunt Bertha who passed, I used to take her to her clan meeting over here at Miccosukee Mission. And they have 2 representatives that speak on behalf of the clan that go there. And it's similar to this, but with districts, basically. But that's military also, because that's how posts work. Platoons, battalions, they work like this too. But you know, he was in the military, so they give us immaculate stuff in the military, at least when I was in. The program was really successful. They accepted by the General Council, and W. Keeler gave them the voting rights to all the issues taking place in the Cherokee Nation at that time. I was a very popular person. I still am a popular person. We developed Cherokee Nation from scratch into what it is now. We redeveloped the Cherokee Nation nucleus, the political structure of the tribe. We got the Cherokee population interested and active. All during this time, I just worked and was happy. I had a pretty good job. I had a few problems here and there, but all in all would come out of it. But then come the political factions, the political factors. When we returned to holding our own tribal elections, a lot of people thought I was interested in running as a candidate. They thought I had the motive to be a chief, that I was going to run. But in reality, I was interested. I wasn't interested. There were other factions that came into existence. It was hard to convince people that I was only interested in the betterment of the whole tribe. That I didn't have any ulterior motives and that I was working for the public good. They seemed to lose sight of that. While I didn't have any ulterior motives, I was subject to being socially degraded and isolated in my job. I was given jobs where I would have contact with the public and so on. For that reason, I decided things were not going good. A little flyer came across my desk from Washington, D.C. about Indian Law Prep School. I penciled out the application and sent it in. A few days later, I got word I was accepted. I began law prep school at the University of New Mexico. And I saw this as my way out of the dilemma back home. I passed my law entrance test. I was then accepted at Tulsa Law School. Wow, man. Crosland, he lives a similar life as me, but before me. Isn't that weird? Or isn't that strange? Or how unique? I will want to share that live with other Hawaiians. Okay, then I will do that. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and stop this book in the podcast. We're going to... you're just now joining? Hey, good for you. Hey, Susie C. Roosie, what do you think? Can we do that? Can we do it this live here? How do I get her to get on the live? That'll be my first live. So, again, we better make sure this is good, lawful information and not somebody getting up on here like I've had before trying to challenge or battle things or whatever. No, I don't do that stuff. And, well, let's find out. We'll have to... I'll schedule it with Susie, and yeah, in the morning. We'll do that in the morning and get some coffee. Sublime Apache gifted me some Cash App, so I have some coffee funds. Hey, thank you, S&Y Owens. What up, Tim? It's time for Tim. Yeah, way back in the day, Tim, when he was young, he had lots of hair. So much that Rapunzel was jealous. Yeah, she even signed his DD-214, said he had a dishonorable discharge. What? You can't shoot across enemy lines. And so she cut his hair. Oh, man, then she sold it and made lots of money. Can you believe that? They can buy people's hair and make money. Hey, I'm just kidding. I am X on L. Hey, Mark Anthony Ramsey just joined. Oh, well, we're just talking about setting up a live tomorrow with Hawaii. And you should be able to allow who you want on live one at a time. Okay. Please keep in mind the time difference. Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, you should tell my bud Nathan about the time difference. He's in Maui. That dude calls me like a freaking 1, 2 o'clock in my morning. I'm already snoozing. They'd be blowing up my phone or messaging me. I said, dude, it's Oklahoma time. Oh, it's the Sweets. What up, Sweets? You can pick and choose. Well, aloha, when can you be available? Because it might be brunch. We might be at Waffle House by then, hey? With the Soft G. What up, Soft G? Oh, I can put that for Soft G. What up? Yeah, I got the podcast going on here too. So if you have any birthdays today, I'll say them up on here. Or do you have any, right now it's 11:26 a.m.? No way! It can't, man, it is almost 3:30 here. 1530 for all us veterans. Dang!